Okay, David, do I have your permission to record this interview?
Yes, you do.
All right, thank you very much. So, David, we were recently ranked as one of the most military-friendly universities in the college or in the nation. My
Right.
apologies. What does that mean to you here?
Well, it means everything because it goes to show that we don't only just talk to talk, we walk to walk. So the military friendly rating is very rigorous. It's a little over 200 questions, 34 pages. There's a lot of rigor, and they rate you on a lot of various things from let me grab this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's everything from academic policies and compliance, admissions and orientation, culture and commitment, financial aid, loan repayment, student support and retention, and graduation and career outcomes. So everything. It's not just education, but are you educating them in their career outcomes? How much debt do they have leaving? So you can't just plug and chug. Unfortunately, there are some schools that kind of take their GI Bill in a kind of unscrupulous manner, and so they want to make sure you're not doing that. So you really have to treat them well, while they're here, educate them well, and then move them on in their careers. And that's something we do. We pride ourselves on our wraparound services. We really want to make sure that while the student is coming here, we want to have academic success, but we have to address anything that might be getting in that way. Is there a health issue, mental health issue, financial issue, family issue, anything else going on in that student or military family's, student's life that could be hindering their academic excellence? Let's address that so then they can focus on their academics, and then now let's get them prepared to move on in their career. So we do a lot of programming here, one, connecting them to maybe counseling services or health services, as well as we do a lot of career development classes. We bring in either resources from campus or our partnerships out in the community to really get them ready for interview process, resume writing, especially the translation of military skills into kind of civilian language so civilian employers can understand them, because that's a big barrier to employment. But we really want to make sure that they're, again, wraparound services to make sure they're doing academic success, they have the proper wellness, and then are prepared for their career development.
Perfect. And David, this is not the first time that we've received this ranking or award, if you will. And I was wondering how many times in the past we've seen success like this, maybe from military friendly in particular, if you know, and how we continue to maintain that success for the future.
So we have been getting this. I believe we've been military friendly since we stood up this center. So it's been basically for about the past 10 years. I know we've had the bronze rating at least for the past 2. And we're looking to continue to grow. I mean, it's one thing I've been tasked with is to actually continue to increase our program. I would say the military-friendly rating itself, even to maintain, is hard. They actually make it more rigorous every year. So for us to maintain bronze for at least the past 2 years means we actually improve services from year to year. Because if we would have stayed stagnant, you're at risk of going down. So the one way we're really looking to go up is realistically, it may be nothing more than making sure we can have the proper data to report. We're looking at potentially we may actually be a silver or gold rated school, but just simply we need to get a little bit deeper into our data to make sure we can report if someone is a military dependent versus a military spouse. Currently, we kind of put those two categories together. So there's a few questions we couldn't answer. And anytime you don't answer a question, you actually get reduced points versus actually just, let's say, a 0. So the more questions we can answer, the more our score can potentially and more than likely will go up. So we're really looking at it from obviously constantly reviewing, benchmarking our services, make sure we're best in class when it comes to our services, but as well as do we have the data to back that up and be able to report on. So we're, again, so ongoing years, review our services, but then get a little more discrete in our data reporting.
Right. So just to sort of wrap things up, I mean, you covered a lot of information very quickly for me. I appreciate it. I just wanted to ask you if there's anything else you'd like to add about the military center or just your position as a whole, anything like that. It could be as broad as you want or as narrow as you'd like.
So our Center for Veterans and Military Families, we really want that to be that. It's a center, a home away from home. We do everything as simple as we have free coffee and snacks for our veterans and our military families, as well as quiet study areas. We do rooms where we have a training room. We do all that training. We have our own computer lab, We really want the students to be able to feel like they have a sense of community here. So that's something to really miss when they get out of the military, is that camaraderie, so they can really be here at the center and really connect with other fellow veteran and military students. And they get a military family too, so if the mother or father were in the military and the dependent child is coming here, they're just as welcome here at the center as well. So we want to build that community, as well as once they graduate, our alumni are always welcome back. And we're really here to help the community at large as well. So really building that sense of community, helping them feel connected and helping them move on.
Great. Thank you, David.
Yeah. Thank you for coming down.
No problem.